Hello and welcome back to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. We just witnessed the French demolishing Samoa by 40 points to 7. We saw the likes of Antoine Dupont, the French talisman, coming on in the second half. Great to see him in action, but underway now, Australia from left to right against the USA. Australia kick off and USA are in possession. Up to their own 10-metre mark as Perry Baker looks to play. Scrum off, forced back inside their 22, but is there space out on this right-hand side? The USA have got pace to burn in their team. Of course, as I mentioned, the likes of Perry Baker. Australia back in possession, though, inside their 22. As they look to hoof it upfield, but there's not a real chase. The ball's going to sit up nicely here for the USA in possession on their own 10-metre mark, I beg your pardon. And a penalty to the USA. So we saw France doing what they need to do, you could consider them one of the favourites just by having Antoine Dupont in your team. It's not a one-man show, but what a man to bring off the bench nonetheless. As the USA opt for some territory here with the kick out. Finding touch on the 10-metre mark inside Australia's territory on this right-hand side. A line out a bit loose, but USA to get the possession back. They need somebody to straighten for the moment. But they keep the ball alive from that ruck. And here come the USA now with a real opportunity. And the try. It's the USA who score first. Malachi Esdale saw the gap between the two defenders. And once he made his mind up, he was going to score. Australia concede the first try. It's Malachi Esdale for the USA with the 5-pointer. You go, boy! The conversion is over! So in the 7-man game, of course, we see the conversion has to be a drop kick, which adds the dynamic of skill. And on that occasion, some 30 metres out on this left-hand side, put it between the uprights. Amazing skill there for the added 2 points. And the USA kick off. Australia must find an answer. It's all action here in Vancouver as Australia play from deep inside their own half. It's kicked ahead, but the touchline is going to win the race. Unfortunately, the bounce of the rugby ball not favouring Australia on that occasion. But the referee calls for a penalty. There was a little bit of a tug on the shirt there by one of the players from the USA. And although the touchline won the race, Australia get the penalty and are in possession. Playing from right to left. Still stuck inside their own half, working their way past halfway now. The USA all over that ball there. Eager and legally so, says the referee. It's important to hold on to the ball, secure possession at ruck time. You want to find space on attack. You want to go under the sticks, but you've got to secure the ball first there. And the USA capitalising there on Australia's lack of accuracy. Put the ball into touch on this left-hand touchline and have an opportunity just in the Australian half now with this line-out play. The USA in possession. Can they find support? It's Perry Baker. You got to get your hands on him or else he's gone. Just managing to do enough there, Australia on defense, trying to close off the Americans. But here they come now. It's got to be shifted wide. Is it going to be another try? Yes, it is. You better believe it. Try time for Aaron Cummings. Australia trying to implement some sort of umbrella defense there. But it was a lovely ball over the top of the defense. And Aaron Cummings had just enough to go in the corner. And the USA score their second try. The Australians should try and tackle the guy before he scored the try, not afterwards. The conversion, though, unfortunately, this time, too much of a challenge, but more importantly, the USA are 2 scores ahead. It's 12 points to 0 as they take the restart with just under a minute to play in this first half. Australia playing from deep inside their own 22 now. Looking to straighten the line, but the defense holding up here for the USA. Lovely little breakaway here. Can he go all the way? He's chased down, but it's going to be a score. Sniping at the base there. Dietrich Roche around the base, then putting on the jet shoes. And he had enough fuel in the tank to go all the way. Make the conversion somewhat easier. But quick thinking there from Dietrich Roche. The USA not having a pillar around that base of the ruck. Weaving himself to the try line. Just a hand on the shirt. Perry Baker coming in hindsight. But it's Dietrich Roche who scores. Australia to get a try. It's half time here. They trail by 12 points to 7. Mixed bag of results, of course. The Blitz box, in case you missed it, going down to Great Britain by 17 points to 12. New Zealand overcoming Samoa by 19 points to 14. The French demolishing Samoa by 40 points to 7. And at halftime here, the USA hold on to a slender lead by 12 points to 7. It's all to play for. It's only a 2-minute break. And there's not much in this game. Are we going to see the likes of Perry Baker for the USA come into his own in that second half? Didn't have much of the ball, but you give him an inch of space and he's away. The USA in the lead here in Vancouver. Half-time team talk, all but said and done. And they'll be kicking off, the USA, from left to right. Leading by 12 points to 7. There's the man in picture, Perry Baker. Of course, up next, we've got Fiji up against the home side, the Flying Fijians. Historically, one of the greatest teams of all time in this format of the game. But we have 7 minutes to play here before that takes place. The USA with the kickoff looking to get possession. Australia disrupting it and kicking the ball ahead. It's all soccer skills here. Knocked on there from the USA. Australia take a real territorial advantage from that kickoff. Kicking the ball ahead. The USA not able to hold on to possession. Australia 5 meters in from this left-hand touchline, about 8 meters out from the try line of the USA. Can they score to level it? Convert to take the lead. Australia from the base. Here's a real opportunity. It's route one. It's try time. Australia under the sticks. Henry Patterson said I was going to run straight no matter what. He got through the defense there. Burrowed his way through, head down. And Australia go in and importantly take the lead with that successful conversion. The try under the posts makes the kicker's life so much easier. But Patterson went route one. We see a lot of skill. We see a lot of sidestepping. But on that occasion, it was one way, and that was straight through the defense there from Patterson. Australia take the lead with just over 5 minutes to play. Australia kick off. The USA back in possession, trailing for the first time in this game. And from inside their own 22, look to break away, but Australia on defence. Strong as ever. Still in possession, keeping the ball alive though. The USA not making much headway on attack here. Forced, driven back, should I say. Forced and driven back. Almost on their own try line here, the USA. They've got to make something of it. The referee judges a high tackle there. So some sort of reprieve for the USA. But there's a real ebb and flow to this game. The USA taking that early lead, but it's been a fight back of note from Australia here in Vancouver, showing their worth in this format of the game. A lot of questions asked around the state of Australian Rugby Union in terms of the 15-man code. If you look at the Super Rugby Pacific results after round one, not really competing with the New Zealand teams, but here showing that they're not just here to participate. They're fighting back and fighting back hard. But the USA in possession. It's a skip pass down this right-hand side. Can't break away from the defense, the USA. Up to halfway and beyond now as they look to get over the white line. They've got to get through this defense though. But Australia making their one-on-one tackles, no doubt. Resolute on defense. But here come the USA now. Down this left-hand or right-hand side, should I say. They kept the ball alive for long enough. Opened up some space on this right-hand side. And it's try time. It's a second one for Malachi Esdale. He had a man to beat on the outside, but he beat him relatively easy. Ball in the left hand, fend in the right hand, and it is try time. The USA regain the lead. The conversion is sailing, and over. Importantly for the USA. Australia have to score to level it up. Keep in mind, if this game does go into a situation where the scores are level, they do play extra time. And the first score from extra time will take the W. The USA in possession from the kickoff. It's loose and Australia come away with it. Working their way up to their own halfway line here. With just over a minute to play. Australia have got to seize the opportunity. Some great defense here from the USA. They don't want to concede this lead again. Down this right-hand side into the 22. Go Australia. Here's an opportunity. Here's a try. The scores are level. Would you believe it? Henry Hutchinson, ever present in support down this right-hand side. It was the fend there from one of the attacking players, and then the pop to Hutchinson in support. The conversion now to take Australia into the lead. The kick is sailing over. Australia take the lead, 21 points to 19. Is that going to be the winning try? Australia have fought back twice. They've regained the lead after the try from Malachi Esdale. And what are we going to see here? Contestable kick from Australia. Or he's decided to go deep. Dietrich Roche, the USA, have to play. Time is up. Normal time. Up on the clock. The referee awards a penalty. It's not over yet, folks. It's nervy moments if you're an Australian fan. It's nervy moments if you're a USA fan. Keeping the ball alive, it's Perry Baker. He's away! Perry Baker for the USA! He'll go all the way! He'll seal it! We mentioned him at halftime. It's Perry Baker who shows his worth and wins it at the death for the USA. Heartbreak for Australia. But he just needed a half a gap outside on this left-hand touchline. And he's away. Perry Baker, you beauty. Try time. And that, folks, will be that. We saw the lead change hands on a number of occasions. But to put a seal on this game and seal victory for the USA, it's none other than Perry Baker. The USA 26, Australia 21. That is that, folks. Stay tuned for Fiji up against the home side, Canada. Until then, see you on the other side.